A man with a backpack is casually exploring the inside of a home that's not his own. He appears to be having a conversation on the phone like it's no big deal as he searches through a purse and moves deeper into the house. A creepy moment is caught on camera when their child wanders into the frame and is quickly snatched up, not by the stranger, but by the babysitter. According to her, the scary man was running down the steps at her when this happened. She could have easily ran out of the house, but the fact that she took those extra steps into the kitchen, risking her life to save the child, is what makes her a real hero. I can't say all babysitters would do the same. Exploring the woods goes wrong when a black bear picks up this girl's scent and curiously wanders well into her personal space. Now she and 3 other women have to remain as still and calm as possible, in the hopes that the wild animal will lose interest and move on. At 22 seconds, it seems curious about the way her hair smells, and I really hope she isn't wearing any scented shampoo, especially fruit or honey scented. Just when it looks like this strange animal encounter is over, the bear swings back and sniffs her leg, which finally gets a reaction and makes her flinch. Look at her face at 48 seconds and you can see her lips are tightly pressed to prevent a scream from escaping, which could set it into a frenzy. The bear recoils and playfully swats at her leg twice before deciding it's outnumbered and not worth it. This definitely has to be one of the scariest encounters to have in the woods, and probably the closest this group has ever been to becoming bear food. These 2 men are enjoying an outdoor meal in London when a third person swipes their laptop and runs away. They both get up without hesitation and give chase. Let me know if you would have done the same thing, or if you wouldn't want to risk getting into a brawl. Either way, the person hops onto his scooter and gets away with the laptop. As far as I know, he was never caught. Julester 27 is staying with her sister and her friend at a hotel in Orlando, Florida, when they decide to take the elevator one last time for fun. Big mistake. It turns out to be one of the scariest moments of their lives. Everything is going fine until the girl wearing a black shirt starts jumping at 16 seconds, and then 2 seconds later the whole thing makes a terrible sound, like something has broken or a safety mechanism has kicked in. I'm not sure which, but both are bad, and now the door is jammed. Soon, a nervous crowd forms and people are shouting at them from below as Emma waves her hands for help in a panic. You'll hear what sounds like a security guard or some kind of employee walk up and tell her to stop in a stern voice, which is a little bizarre.
You need to stop recording.
Why? Oh.
Eventually, firefighters come to the rescue and pry open the doors long enough to crawl through the hole on their hands and knees. The only reason I think they were told to stop recording in the first place is because the hotel knew they could be dealing with a lawsuit and wanted no video evidence in case the elevator came crashing down. They were almost definitely in more trouble than they understood, so basically never jump in the elevator. Bull sharks are one of the few species that will aggressively go after humans, and this scary shark video shows exactly why. It's because their instinct is to strike at anything near. It doesn't matter if it's much larger and doesn't taste good. The angry bull shark, as these fishermen put it, does not let go of its target right away like most sharks. Instead, it stalks and strikes the back of their boat, ripping at the motor for 4 full seconds before deciding that this isn't a meal and carrying on. When they check out the engine, they find the casting is dented by 2 different bites. These 3 puncture marks along the bottom are where the teeth actually manage to penetrate the exterior casing, which requires an insane amount of crushing power. If it can do this to an engine, imagine what it could do to your leg. A small crowd gathers to watch a commercial airliner take off. But what should be a fun little diversion turns into a scary moment, and it's all caught on camera. A person is getting in some exercise when they become engulfed in a sudden sandstorm created by high-powered turbine engines. He's directly in the jetliner's path, and there's nowhere for him to go but down a steep slope into the water, and you can see others are also stuck in its path. This is probably exactly why there aren't more beaches this close to an airport. I know this is kind of humorous, but it stops being funny if you get a piece of sand embedded in your eye, or worse, which thankfully did not happen here. Carl Mroch caught a scary moment on camera while vacationing at Myrtle Beach in South Carolina. He sneaks up a lifeguard and finds under the black shades are two closed eyes. Only when he taps a man with his camera does his eyes open. So he was out cold, and judging from the tight frown, he finally realizes he's been caught on camera doing something he shouldn't have been. Some people might give him a second chance, but I think he should probably get fired for this because it's his job to scan the waters and keep everyone safe, especially during this busy 2016 season. If someone went under the water and he was asleep like this, there would have been major consequences for sure. I know some people can do their jobs with their eyes closed, but I think we can all agree that a lifeguard is not one of them.